Og det jo litt spesielt når man sitter her med en bøffeljeger og en munk. Det kjennes jo som en del av en Monty Python-sketsj. Men altså, John Cleese for et år siden så skilte han seg og skal da etter amerikansk lov betale sin ekshustru enorme summer. Derfor forestillingen An Evening with John Cleese, Paying My Ex-Wife, som nå gjester Skandinavia. Og til en sånn forestilling har jo John Cleese nok å ta. Se bare på dette.
I wish to complain about this parrot what I purchased not half an hour ago from this very boutique.
Oh yes, the Norwegian blue. What's wrong with it?
I'll tell you what's wrong with it. It's dead, that's what's wrong with it.
Polly Parrot, wake up! And now for something completely different.
Right the
Monty Python, the Flying Circus.
Good to see you.
Well, I'm so relieved that Natasha's gone, you know. Well, she shoots things that are getting too old. I'm 70, you know.
Wow, you would take me first.
Welcome to Oslo.
Thank you.
And as it seems, you're going to stay for a while.
Yes, several months, from what's on the radio today, thanks to our Icelandic friends who can neither control their bankers nor their volcanoes.
Actually, you did a commercial for an Icelandic bank.
I did a commercial for Kaup thing. You're quite right. About a year and a half ago. I haven't heard from them since. So.
You're the founder?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had
there was a good
something
joke going around London. Well, what is the capital of Iceland? And the answer was £25.
But it's like a curse, you know, having this ash cloud coming in. It's like, that doesn't happen.
Well, I don't know how I get home tomorrow. I mean, I was going to fly tonight. And certainly the airports are closed, and apparently every ticket on every long-distance train in Norway has already been sold. So, you don't have a boat going to England anymore.
No, we don't. I'm sorry.
That's a shame.
Well, that's a shame.
So, on the West Coast, and the connection with England was very important.
Yes, yes.
So
That's what I grew up with.
Well, you better get used to be in Scandinavia. You know, you're going to tour Scandinavia this
I'll
fall.
have to learn to speak English with a silly accent.
No, you can speak it really silly if you do that. But that's how the Norwegians sound. We sound much better.
Yes, you sound a little bit more unhappy, I think. Because when you're trying to sound Swedish, you have to sound as though you're about to burst into tears. Do they clap all the time?
Oh, yes, that's why they're here.
Really? Very good. Well, thank you very much.
Essentially, what this project and this tour is about is paying your ex-wife.
Yes. It's called the Alimony Tour Year 2. But I have to explain alimony when I'm in Scandinavia. You see, I mean, as far as I can make out, you have genuine equality of the sexes. I don't know if you'd agree with that.
No.
No, but a lot better than almost anywhere else.
At the surface, yes.
Yes.
Underneath, it's the same, all over the world.
Really?
We have to change the patriarchat. We have to turn it over.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Ooh.
No, I do.
Ooh, I like you.
No, I agree. We have to change.
There is a
lot of
fifth,
things.
you know, you could be 5.
Yeah, well,
There's room for you in her marriage, you know.
I've already got somebody.
You've got somebody.
Isn't it pathetic? I've fallen in love again at 70. Isn't that sad? Isn't that
So you are going to close yourself into one little...
Well,
whatever.
we'll see.
Yeah.
Who's she?
She is a jewelry designer, and she is the most playful creature that I've ever met. She just keeps me totally broken up. She has my sense of humor, which is a little bit black, you know, because early on, when I sort of suggested that we should spend some time together, she pointed out that I do have a dreadful track record, you see. And I said, no, seriously, I'm talking about a real relationship. And she said, well, what do you mean a real relationship? I said, well, I know you won't approve, but I said a sort of lifelong commitment. And she looked at me and she said, yes, but you'll be dead in 5 years.
I think there is a longing for a lifelong commitment, even though it's maybe difficult. It can be closed in a patriarchate, and even a matriarchate, I'm afraid.
There's a long, but one could have many lifelong
we need
commitments.
a kind of
you know?
lifelong engagement. It's
Yes,
a deeply human need, I think.
I wonder at the moment if it really might work. It feels as though it might, but I've always been skeptical in the past.
I think it's worthwhile trying, and if it doesn't work out, you can always enter the religious life, you see.
Yes, well...
Well, never too
lot-
late.
lot
Never too late
cheaper.
for celibacy.
Never too late, and a lot cheaper.
Absolutely. How much do you owe your ex-wife?
I owe her, as of now, £5.75 million. Dollars. She has already received $14.25 million, and now I have to pay. It would altogether be 20. And it's kind of insane because it makes no sense at all. We had no children. She brought no assets or income to the marriage, but it's the way it works in America. And America, people say, why do you live there? And the answer is, it's such an insane mixture of the very best and the very worst. You know, I mean, you only have to watch American television, and it's a culture that has gone insane.
Oh, yes.
But
Then you meet the nicest people you'd ever meet.
Your best friends.
you must
really.
have had a terrible lawyer, first of all.
He wasn't terribly good, no. He wasn't. And she hired a real piece of work. I don't know what I can say here with the libel laws, but let's say she was probably the nastiest lawyer for 50 miles in any direction. And she specializes just in these matrimonial cases, and she's worth a fortune.
Well, okay, neither your ex-wife or her lawyer are here to defend themselves. Let's say
Well, that's
that.
a point.
But do you think you might have a problem understanding women?
What?
Me, you should understand anyway. But
I think
women are not the same, you know.
no, but I think going through your third marriage, I mean, there has been some.
Well, let's tell you quite honestly, the problem was that I did not have a terribly good mother. I'm being quite serious. And as a result, I spent about a third of my life in therapy. And I think now that I've managed to work out a lot of the problems that I used to have, and I feel very much more relaxed and happy now than I've ever done before in my life, which is very nice at the age of 70, you know. I genuinely feel I think I understand women better now.
How was she?
She was a very anxious and very depressed woman, and wonderfully self-centered. She had no information about the world at all because she wasn't interested in anything more than 6 feet away from her. So I was able to tell her once that Mary, Queen of Scots, was killed in the Blitz, you know, and she accepted that. She had no information to contradict that, you know. One of my wives, I think it was the third, I've forgotten her name, served up a salad with quail's eggs, and she asked, well, what were these little eggs? And I said they were moles' eggs, you know, and the moles laid them at the mouth of the...
nasty boy she had.
I learned. And so she had no information of any kind. And it was a very difficult relationship, and I had a lot of therapy. And as a result of that, I am a much happier and more relaxed person. But my lovely current girlfriend, it is wonderful to see her with her mother because they adore each other. And she's her best friend. And to see that, I think, my God, what would that have been like, you know?